Our Father, thank you for the privilege to pray. Thank you for the opportunity to serve Hope County Schools. Let us never take this blessing for granted. Please bless every member of our school family. You know our needs individually and collectively. Grant us the faith to know that our needs will be met. We pray that you will bless and protect our healthcare providers. Please bless all of those who jeopardize their own safety to protect us. And God, be with our leaders whose decisions directly impact our daily lives. We pray for peace during this third special season. Let us be mindful that even in a pandemic, we can celebrate the reason for the season in our hearts. Let us be kind, let us share, and let us not forget those who are spending their first Christmas without a loved one. And Father, please forgive our shortcomings as we strive to be worthy of your abundant blessings. Amen.
Amen. I would just like to say good afternoon to everyone. And at this time, we will have our chairman's report. And the chairman's report this afternoon is very special because we have some guests here with us that would like to say farewell to our superintendent. So at this time, instead of having a special report from the chair, at this time, we're going to recognize our guests and we're going to get started. So we have commissioners here with us tonight. Commissioner James Leach, former chairperson and been chairperson of Hope County Commission for about 20-some years. And we're so proud of him that he's here with us. And we have the new chair of the county commissioner, Mr. Harris Sutherland, that's here with us tonight. So they will make a presentation. They would like to say a few words to our superintendent. And we also have Mr. Larry here with us tonight. He's in charge of the Indian Association, the Scholarship Association with the Indian Tribe of Lumberton of North Carolina. We are very glad to have him with us tonight. He too, Dr. Williams, will have some words that he would like to say to you tonight. Also, joining us by Zoom, we have, I think our sheriff will be with us, Sir Peterkin, and Reverend Simmons, the chairperson of Hope County Civic League, will be with us by Zoom. And if no mistake, I think Representative Garland Pierce will be with us. And I believe that's all, plus the members of the school board would like to say a few words tonight. And I know the cabinet, some of the special cabinet would like to say a few words before you leave. So this time we're gonna get started with our commissioners. Commissioner Lee, Chairman, Harris Sutherland.
Good evening. Also, good morning.
Okay.
Always morning, because night is long, but morning will always come. So we're glad to be here today. God's Fred. We're glad to be here, but maybe not this occasion. But again, we had to come and be here in person. The way that you have always fought for the Hope County school system. At one time, I didn't think BB&T Bank had enough money to give you for the school system. We would say, no, you always come out again. You always had a project. And you very political, or you find a way of getting your project through the board. Very political. Very political superintendent. That goes a long way. But you're a good man. Your legacy in Hope County will always remain. got a great legacy in our county. I go further than that, our community is better because of you. I have to say that you are leaving our county better than you found it. When you do that, one have to say, well done. Very good job. Our community, local government come tonight. We don't have the words as we look back over our school system. How far we come. Hard work, good work, and to our community. But tonight, we really wish there was something we could do to change this. But I couldn't think of anything. I tried. I sure tried. We talked about it. And we're still thinking. But again, tonight, to the school board, we thank you for making that choice of bringing them to Hope County. Thank you, Hope County School Board, for making that choice. You did yourself justice when you brought him to Hope County. When you look back now, that's okay, you go ahead and clap. We have to thank the school board for giving him this opportunity in Hope County to make us all proud. School board, thank you for making that great decision for us. You're doing a good job. He worked hard for you. When we would say no and tap his hand, you didn't know anything about it. He would go, reload, come out again. That's great for Hope County. We have used many tax dollars here, grants dollars, local dollars, all type dollars, English dollars, Minnesota dollars. He didn't care where they come from the school system. So we say thank you for that. You've done a job. Okay. Local government say thank you. But we did bring you a nice gift that we're not gonna open tonight. It's a gift that we want you to put on your desk in Robinson County. This is a Robinson County gift. To go on your desk in Robinson County. Everyone walk in your office. This gift to tell them you leaving Hope County. But your heart is, you're leaving Hope for Robinson, but your heart is in Hope.
That's right.
And as they read this gift that we're gonna put on your desk, it remind you that Hope County is home.
Yes.
In closing, I never get these words when I went off 40 years ago to pastor my first church. My pastor told them, if you don't want him, don't mistreat him. Just send him back. And I'm giving you those same words to Robinson County. Don't mistreat him. Just send him back.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You know, I told my chairman not to preach a sermon, but he came close. But we echo the same thoughts about Dr. Williamson. And it's kind of funny. I think he got here 14 years, 5 months ago. This board here had to make a decision on you 14 years, 5 months ago. One of the best decisions that the board could have made. Because of that, I think we've seen our first school board of the year. Because of the work of that, we've seen our first superintendent of the year. Actually went number 4 into the country. And then also, because of that, we have a #1 school recognized in the nation, all because of your work. You might remember this, Dr. Wilson. You told me we had a conversation. He said, when our work is done, whether we're in the county or the school system, when people look back and see the work that we've done, the only thing they can say is what we've done. Am I right? And you've done an excellent job, Hope County. We hate to see you go, but I can tell you what, Robinson County is in for a surprise. They're in for a treat.
Yes.
They're in for some real leadership.
Yes.
And if they follow your lead, Robinson County can go to new heights. Because it's in you. Because God put it in you. I know where it comes from. Because sometimes you will preach that as well. But this man right here, beyond saying, I've seen him work for 14 years in our county. Outstanding job. I've seen him bring one thing to Hope County I'll never forget when I think of Dr. Williamson. One team,
Yes.
one goal.
Yes.
He don't ever say, we did this, or he did this, or they did that. He said, one team, one goal. I'll never forget that, because Hope County is one team, with one goal. Thank you, Dr. Williamson. Appreciate
And
it.
I'll close it. Is one time Dr. Williams really had me afraid.
Only once.
One time. He had a project, and I know if it failed, somebody's going to jail. And I was one of them. That's that new school deal. Go green. Never did one before in North Carolina or nationwide. The deal we cut, Doc, you know, and I think you was afraid. I said, now, if this failed, and all this money, someone going to jail, and I'm one of them. Thank you, Doc.
Chairman Leach, before you all leave, we have another county commissioner on this zone here, the vice chair this year,
Okay,
Vice Chair Alan Thomas.
let him speak for it, yeah.
Can you hear Commissioner Thomas?
Hey, Chairman Sutherland.
How you doing? Good.
Doing good. I believe you all said it best. And I just wanted to come in on Zoom and also send my regards and best wishes to the superintendent. I can't do any better than what you all have already said. You've covered all the bases. But the majority of the board is here to show you that we support you and that we love you and that we're praying for your continued success as you go to Robeson County. Thank you, Superintendent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Thomas.
Next, we have Mr. Larry from the Indian tribe of Polk County.
Mr. Kirk Larry. Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank you, Board of Education, for allowing me this opportunity to come today and recognize and say thank you to one of our supporters of the county. My name is Kirk Lowry. I'm with the Hope Native American Scholarship Association. The Hope Native American Scholarship Association was established in 2007 with a goal of assisting Native American students to pursue a higher education. And NASA has given over $118,000 in scholarships to 92 students.
Yes.
We could not have achieved this without helpful supporters such as Dr. Williams. Under his leadership, our students have been academically prepared to enter college, and with his support and contributions, NASA has been able to help our students financially. Today, we are honored to present this plaque to Dr. Williamson for his support to NASA and wish him much success in his future plans. Thank you, Dr. Williamson.
I think that would look great hanging on your wall in the new superintendent's office. There you go, there's our girl. It's Vicki Lockley, a registered of deeds of Robeson County. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Isn't that beautiful?
It is.
It is.
Thank you so much, Mr. Larry. At this time, we have by Zoom, Sheriff Pete again. And we will turn it over to him at this time.
Okay, good. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, good. First, let me just say good afternoon to our school board members and congratulations to our newest school board member, Ms. Keisha Gill. We look forward to a good thing from you guys. That's good. Give her a hand. Come on, that's all right. And I think before I say anything, I got to recognize my board of commissioners because, guys, you know, this is pay week and them boys will hold your paper now. You won't get it. Won't get it. And also congratulations to our chair, Harry Sutherland, vice chair, Alan Thomas. You know, I'm very proud of what our board is doing. And I was at the ceremony the other night and it was very nice how you guys transitioned our newest member in on the Board of Commissioners, and also the way you treated Bobby Wright going out. That was awesome. Let me just say this, and I'm gonna hurry up and get out of the way. There's a lot I could say about Dr. Williamson. He has really done a lot for the Hope County Sheriff Office and also me as a person. My relationship is not just a professional relationship with Dr. Williamson, but a personal relationship. And he knows what I'm talking about. He has been very inspiring to my job as a sheriff, but also my education. I wouldn't be a doctor today if it wasn't for Dr. Williamson. And I told him when I got my PhD that there was times I wanted to quit. You guys know how, if you got the education of going for it, you understand it. Keisha, I know you got 2 masters, I think. This stuff is not easy, especially when you're trying to work and get it. But he told me from day one that when I decided to go, what it was going to be like. And I mean, he kept me going. And that's how I was able to get across the line. But Dr. Williamson, my family and I are in a great debt to you. My son, Antonio, who just finished his master's in healthcare administration, and now he's on the management team here at Cape Fear Valley Hospital. He talks about you all the time. He went to San Hope, didn't want to go. we had a time, and he thinks that's one of the best moves he ever made, even though he didn't understand it at the time. But that's the kind of inspiration that this man gave to Hope County. I hate to see you go, sir. I'll be honest with you, but I understand it. Trust me. I'm surprised that we've had you this long, but I know you're going to do well in Robertson County. I told Sheriff Wilkins the other day when I was talking to him, they better not cross you over there. I'm gonna have to come across the line. They don't get it right.
Me too.
He's a good friend of mine, and Dr. Williamson, I'll say this in closing. I'm just up the street, man. If you need me for anything over there in the schools, come to speak, do something, whatever I can do to help, man, just pick up the phone and call me. But you have left Hope County in a good position. As Commissioner Southern was giving some of the just a few of the accolades and things you've done here, you've done a lot. You left us in the right place. And so now we pray that the next person will pick up the ball and run with it. They don't have to go backwards. Just keep going forward because you have left Hope County in a good place. But sir, I'm so honored to be able to say thank you tonight. And I was going to try to find a way to get it to you, but when they sent this to me today, I was getting back from Raleigh because we've been in a lot of meetings with the sheriffs up there in Raleigh, working on civil unrest issues and things. But I'm glad I was able to get back in time to just say a few words to you. But again, thank you, school board members, everyone, for giving me a chance to do this. Dr. Williamson, we'll see you soon, okay, brother? One team, one goal.
Amen.
Thank you, Sheriff Pete, again. At this time, we have our Zoom as well. Mr. Larry Simmons, who is the chairperson of the Hope County Civic League. So at this time, Reverend Simmons, you have the mic.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me. Thank you. Thank you, Chairwoman Pickett, for this opportunity to be a part of this. Freddie, we have known each other for, goodness, many, many years. We served as human resources administrators for school systems, and we've crisscrossed the country in search of great and amazing teachers. I expect nothing less from you when you came to Hope County as superintendent, because I know your work ethic, your professionalism, your commitment to education, to the young people. You are simply amazing. Thank you for sharing with us at the Civic League, where you served as our educational committee chairman. You kept us informed. You kept us abreast of all the initiatives and your vision. You partnered with us that we could share in the students' achievements. You have just been a valuable part of the league, and we value you. We certainly going to miss you. We have something for you. Don't have it tonight, but we certainly have something for you. And on a personal note, Freddie, I think the world of you. And congratulations. It's bittersweet, but you're going to do well, as you always will. Thank you all. Thank you for the opportunity. Madam Chair, and Godspeed to you, Freddie.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, as Representative Pierce, I do not see him, so we will move forward with our school board at this time. And, okay, so Mr. Richards first. We got Mr. Richards here. He was on our school board. He decided not to run this year. So, but we are very glad to have him with us tonight, and we would just ask the school board members to take the podium now and say a word. Mr. Richards, come forward, too. All the rest of you, school board members. And we have a presentation we want to give him.
Thank you, Ms. Pickett. Good evening. During my education career in Hope County, I had the opportunity to work with 6 superintendents, and Dr. Williamson was number 7. And I can definitely say Dr. Williamson was the valedictorian of the class. If I were to ask him right now what made the votes in, I know what he would say: a good challenge. When you came to Hope County, you had a challenge. Hope was on Judge Manning's takeover list. You met the challenge head on, and Hope County has grown. Under your leadership, Hope has gone from a takeover school system to a model for others to follow. In Robinson County, you have taken on another challenge. I have no doubt that you'll be up for the task.
Amen.
Thank you so very much for your 15 years of service to the children and the citizens of Hope County. Your dedication and accomplishments will be remembered, and I wish you nothing but success. Thank you for being my friend.
I'm the one that cries on the board. You always bear with me, Miss Pickett, I always say, don't you cry, Della. But I can't help it. Because I have love in my heart for Dr. Williamson and his family, for everything he's done for the Hope County school family. He made it a great school district. He brought us down from the bottom like up to the top. We can rank right up there with state, and we thank God for that. Can't. It's because of Dr. Williamson's leadership. He brings some of the best people that we could have, that when he leads us, we will be okay. I just want to tell Hope County, we will be okay with the leadership that we have that Dr. Williamson leads us. And I thank God for that. As a member of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina, if I could give you an eagle feather, that's the highest honor you can get in the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina. Presentation to an individual for a job well done. I would give it to you, but you're just not a Lumbee Indian. Anyway, I love you, and I thank God for you. And you're part of my family anyway, and I appreciate you, and I thank you for everything you've done for me, the district. And I'm gonna miss you dearly. And if you see me convincing it over there, because I probably come to visit you sometimes, let's go have lunch and go to visit Dr. Williamson.
Please do.
We will. That's the invitation, I'll take you up on it. Anyway, we love you, God bless you and your family, and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. May you have the best New Year ever coming year. God bless you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I am the person with few words. I want you to know how much I admire and respect you. I also want to personally thank you for making Hope County better, making Hope County schools better, And I just feel like I'm even better just for having been around you. Thank you, and know that I will always wish the very best for you. And I will always be grateful that God saw fit to let our paths cross. Thank you.
Amen.
So before I present this plaque, I wanted to say something. Dr. Williamson, it's been 14 years and 5 months, and it's been a great 14 years and 5 months. When I came on the board, we were sort of in transition, and then like a little after, we were actually looking for a superintendent. And I had the honor, Hank and I was picked to interview Dr. Williamson, and we knew, that he was the man. Now, we didn't know he was going to take us as far as he did, and we are so grateful. When you can come from a graduation score of 47.1 to 87.6, then that's saying something. So I just want to say that you're not a success until you have successors. And you are leaving back a legacy of all the assistant superintendents and the principals that you've chosen and the whole cabinet. And we're going to do okay. Certainly, you're going to be missed. I think about you often, and I was like, God, but all is well. And we're in, at this time, uncharted waters. This pandemic, but this too shall pass. And we're gonna make it, because we are one team, one goal. So we, the Board of Education, the whole county commissioners, we're gonna make it. But you will never, we were your first. We were your first, so you'll never forget about us. Because we gave you an opportunity, and we're so happy. And I know Russell is like smiling, in heaven, because we gave you an opportunity, and it was a great run. And it's a great relationship. And we're not gonna, we're gonna still cross paths, and we're still gonna be, hopefully when we, go to our conventions and things like that, we'll see you, because we know that you love feeding other board members. So anyway, I do want to present this. No, now, you just want me to talk? Okay.
We're gonna let Mrs. Gill say a few words, because she is a new member, and she knows Dr. Williamson, this is her home. So we're gonna let her say a few words tonight to Dr. Williamson.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Keisha Gill. I want to say to Dr. Williams, I haven't worked closely with you, but I've heard good things about you. I've seen your work because I've worked with the children in the EC department with mental health. And I would like to say that I know that you're gonna do well. You've done well here in Hope County, and I know that you're gonna do well, Robeson County. We're not mad with you. Your family, but like you said, if you don't treat them right, send them back home. So I would say, Dr. Williams, unfortunately, I did not get the opportunity to work closely with you, but I do travel in Lumberton, so when I find, I'm gonna Google the Board of Education, and I can stop by and speak to you sometime when I'm in Lumberton. So I would say, God bless you and continue doing the good work.
It really makes it easy for me because of everyone, because all those that have come up here have already said the same thing. And by the end, you really don't have anything to say to Ms. Barrett, what they've said. But I would like to say, personally, Dr. Williamson, we really do appreciate you. And we're so glad that we've had the opportunity for you to lead this school system. And as I said before, whenever you came here, we were faced with a challenge, so many challenges. And you knew about it because you could tell a great leader would do his research. Dr. Williamson had researched Polk County. He knew our strengths and he knew our weaknesses. before he came, and he took the job. But he took it anyway. And I just say, thank you, Dr. Williamson, for taking that challenge. I said, there's one thing about a good leader, as I was reading, I believe it was in Nehemiah. Now, Dr. Williamson is a believer. When he came to us and he made his acceptance speech at Charlton School, I think he was over in, what? He was in Samuel, wasn't it? He was in Samuel, the New Testament, you know. And I said, oh my Lord, you know, this is a believer. And when he came here, we are believers as well. And when I was reading Nehemiah a couple of weeks ago, I read whenever the king gave him the position in his kingdom there to rebuild the walls in Jerusalem. And he went. But what he did is that, you know, first of all, what he had to do, he had to survey the area first. And I thought about you, I said, you know, he did the same thing because he researched this area. He knew about it. He walked the campuses when we weren't even aware, but he was here. And after getting the job, knowing what he had to do, he surrounded himself with quality people. And this is what you have to do whenever you are a leader. You got to surround yourself with quality people, someone you can work with. Yes. And this is what he did, and he gave him the leadway because we knew what he was supposed to do. And he raised awareness of what it was, the needs here in Polk County, and mobilized the people to have confidence in themselves and the challenges that we had to be able to do the job. And the job they did. He also realized that he couldn't do it by himself. It took this whole community working together. All the stakeholders here, the employees that he employed, plus the stakeholders here in this community, our county commissioners, our the leaders that we have here, the sheriff department, the city police department, and I can look at the mayor, and all the leaders we have here, the stakeholders. It took all of them working with our school system to make our school system what it is today. We are better today than we were when you came. Amen. And you know, I can't say that I'm saying. I can't say that. Reason being, you told me that God sent you there. That God gave you the vision to go to Robinson County. And when God gets in the process, when he directs you, you got to follow his thought. Amen. And I say that I am pleased that you're going there because he knew what you've done here. He knew where we were. And whenever you humble yourself and work with these people here to get things going, we are better today. And you left a legacy here, as Rosa said. You left a team of people here that can get us going, just following your footsteps from day one. And we will go forward because we are believers as well. That's why Polk County has done as well as it has done. That's why Polk County will continue to do that. And you will also lead Robinson County. If those people do what they're supposed to do, stay in their lane, follow the rules and regulations that they're supposed to, you will move that school forward, along with the community that you're going to surround yourself with, and I know you will. So I'm not going to take any time, but at this time we do have a presentation. Rosa and the board members, we're actually come out here with Dr. Wilson. We have a presentation. We know you're not retiring. We know you just moving over, you know, to another county. But we just want to show our appreciation and present you.
Okay, this is a plaque that you need to put on your wall again. So Robinson County doesn't know anything, they didn't know that Polk County loves you. This plaque reads, in recognition and appreciation of your leadership and commitment to Hope County Schools, Dr. Freddie Williamson, Superintendent of Hope County Schools 2006 to 2020, making the grade, presented by the Hope County Board of Education, Iris Pickett, Hank Richards, Rosa McAllister McCray, Della Mena, Barbara Boyd, and Keisha Gill.
And a little appreciation to our great company. We were, still are, and you. We just want you to take that from us.
Jody, did you get a picture?
I did not.
Okay, come on, y'all, Jody gotta get a picture. Come on, let's go ahead. Put Dr. Wilson, this is over here. Come on, here, Dr. Wilson.
You can hold the Barbara.
We're smiling. Hey, come on, Hank. Good Lord.
Smile, Della.
Yeah, you were here, you were on the
I gotta see you smile.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Do I get to say something now?
Yes.
I want to be mindful of the time. I'm gonna cry, so I'm gonna tell you up front. Tell you up front. I start by saying, God be the glory, right? God be the glory. Our work is not to enlarge ourselves, but whenever we leave, people see how big God is. That's our work. That's our challenge. We trust Him, then you will see what we can do with God leading you. Thank you to this great board that gave me the opportunity. I wanted that opportunity, prayed for it, and God sent me in the right place. So I understood that it was His responsibility to take care of it. It was my responsibility to hear when He was speaking to me, what it was that needed to be done. To the cabinet, to all the district level folks, the best, to all the principals, assistant principals. It's been fun. It's been a great work. It's been special. Always will be special.
Amen.
You know, it's interesting. I'm excited, but I have a broken heart. When I look and I see, and everybody was just so young when we started. So I've always looked at my children. But I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate all that's been said. I appreciate the opportunity to serve. And I'm just so thankful. I can look at my daddy and say, you know, you told me. Always leave it balanced when you found it.
That's right.
And I'm gonna tell him, that's what happened. He taught me well. He taught me well. And pray for us in Robertson County. Last night, when I said what I said, you know, God approached Solomon in a dream. He said, ask what you will. And he said, I need wisdom, I need knowledge, I need understanding, and I need discernment. And then you know what God said? Because you didn't ask for yourself, I'm gonna add to.
Come on now.
And so I'm believing and knowing He's gonna add to the work in Robertson County. God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. It has been my honor. I'm a better you would be.
I have one letter to read before we approve the agenda, and this part of the chairman's report as well. And this comes from our former board member, Ms. Hank Richards, November 12th, 2020. It says, "Dear Dr. Williamson, board members, and cabinet, thank you so very much for the Tuesday evening reception in my honor. Your kind words, plaque, card, monetary gifts were so very thoughtful and greatly appreciated. My years on the board were enjoyable and full of good memories. Monthly board meetings, workshops, award ceremonies, Friday meals, trips to Greensboro, pretending to leave Barbara Boo at the board, and meals at Chris's are a few fond memories. You all were a joy to work with. I truly loved my years on the board. It was an honor and pleasure to serve. I'm sure for a while, on the second Tuesday of each month, I would think I have a board meeting tonight. It will take time to fill the board. I'm proud of the growth the Hope County school system has made the past 16 years. I know you will keep it going forward. We went from good to great. I feel certain you will take it one step further, from great to superior. Thank you all for being my friend. Wishing you much success, Hank." And Hank, we thank you. Thank you. At this time, I would like to get approval of our agenda for tonight.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the agenda for tonight, which is 12/9/2020.
Second.
It has been moved by Rosa McCray and second by Ms. Delamaina that we approve the agenda that we have before us tonight. Are there any questions? If none, all in favor, let it be known by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, and the agenda has been approved. Next, we will have the swearing in of elected board members. So at this time, we will turn it over to our attorney with us tonight. At this time, we turn it over to you for the selection of our chair. Swear, I'm sorry, God. Jesus, I'm getting in front of myself. The swearing in of our elected board members. We have Ms. Keisha McGill and Ms. Rosa McCray. They are our new board members, so we will get them sworn in at this time. Ms. Our chair of Cloud Clerk of Court. Ms. Evelyn McLeod. You all make sure. Go out there with Ms. McLeod.
How you doing?
Raise your right hand. You raise your right hand, and I'm gonna say aye, and you state your name, and then repeat after me. I,
Rose McAllister McCray,
do solemnly swear.
do solemnly affirm
Do solemnly affirm. That I will support the constitutions.
that I will support the Constitution
Of the United States.
of the United States.
I, state your name.
I, Rosa McAllister McCray,
Do solemnly affirm.
do solemnly affirm
That I will be faithful and bear true allegiance.
that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance
To the state of North Carolina.
to the state of North Carolina
And to the constitutional powers.
and to the constitutional powers
And authorities.
and authorities
Which are.
which are
to support,
to support,
maintain, and defend
maintain, and defend
the constitutions of the said state,
the constitutions of the said state,
not inconsistent with the constitutions of the United States,
not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge
to the best of my knowledge
and ability.
and ability.
I state your name.
I, Rosamond Calliston McCray,
Do further affirm
do further affirm
that I will well and truly
that I will well and truly
execute the duties of my office
execute the duties of my office
of the Hope County Board of Education
of the Hope County Board of Education
according to the best of my skills,
according to the best of my skills,
ability, according to the law. This be my solemn affirmation.
This be my solemn affirmation.
Congratulations.
Thank you. What's on here?
What's the date?
Tonight. Done it there?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'd definitely like to say congratulations to these ladies. Ms. Rosamond Calliston McCray for winning re-election. Thank you. I mean, with the top. Yeah. And to Keisha, my dear, we just congratulate you as well for winning that second top. Very glad to have you. Very glad. Very, very glad. Okay, in second place there. It doesn't matter whether it's first or second, as long as you won.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I said, I get in here, I don't care, get in there first or second, as long as I'm in there. That's good. Don't think it's count, but congratulations. We really look forward to working with you again, Rosa, and as well as Keisha. You will have, I believe, an excellent board to work with. We respect each other, and we honor each other, and do what we can to support each other. So we are a team. It's not an I in team. We are here together. When we make decisions, we may not always agree on everything, but we respect you. As long as you do it, not facts, not opinion, you'll be all right. You'll be okay. If you don't do anything to satisfy man, you do it to satisfy God. That's what you do it for. Stand up for the right thing, to stand up by yourself. That's what I've always said. If you do that, it'll be okay. But congratulations again. Thank you. And at this time, I'm gonna turn it over to the attorney for the selection of chair.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Colin Shive with Daniel Smith. I'm here this evening and substituting in for Ms. Murkison, who couldn't be here tonight. The purpose of this portion of the meeting is the election of board officers. The first order of business is the election of the chair. As a reminder, nominations do not require a second. Do I hear a nomination for the office of board chair?
Yes, you do. At this time, I would like to nominate our board chair, Ms. Rosa McAllister McCray.
Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, the nominations are closed. All those in favor of accepting the nomination of Rosa McAllister McCray for chair, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Rosa McAllister McCray.
You can go ahead and switch places and
We're gonna leave the stuff here. Leave that right there? Yeah. Do I have an opportunity to say something? I just just want to take this opportunity to tell the board that I appreciate you. Thank you for your vote of confidence. And we have been doing a great job. Ms. Pickett has been doing an excellent job these past 3 years, and we're just going to continue the work. And it's not I, again, it's we. And so thank you again for the vote of confidence from my board. And we're gonna move forward. You know, we're losing our superintendent, but I certainly, you know, you have an opportunity to either take the chair doing, you know, the meeting, or you can say, well, go ahead and I'll do it later. But I really wanted to chair this last meeting because Dr. Williamson, this will be his last meeting. And so I just appreciate everybody and thank you so much because I know you're gonna support me and I will be supporting you. So again, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, board.
All right, moving on to vice chair. Do I hear nominations for the office of vice chair?
Yes, I nominate Ms. Barbara Bowie.
Are there any additional nominations? Hearing none, the nominations are closed. All those in favor of accepting the nomination of Ms. Barbara Bowie for the position of vice chair? Say aye.
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 Any opposed? Congratulations, Ms. Bowie, you're now vice chair.
Congratulations, Bob.
Yes.
Got a smile, Bubba.
Barbara, would you like to say anything?
I don't see you smile.
If I don't say something, my chairman, the ex-chairman won't shut up. I'd like to thank this board. I'd like to thank Dr. Williamson for wanting a board that worked together and for instilling that in us. Thank you, Dr. Williamson. Every time I think about something, there's something else that we need to thank you for. And I'd like to say to our new chair, whatever I can do to help, I will. Know that I'll have your back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Smile, Bubba.
Next on the agenda is Spotlight on Success. I'll yield to Dr. Williamson.
Thank you, Madam Chairman and members. Let me say to you, Madam Chair, congratulations. And I know you will continue the great leadership that this board has done. I do want to say not only that we are honored to serve with North Carolina School Boards of the Year, but also North Carolina County Commissioners of the Year too. Always. Congratulations on Vice Chair, and again, know that you will be supportive of this work. Welcome aboard to this wonderful board and opportunity to serve and make a difference in the lives of so many students. Again, I do want to say thank you to all the principals and assistant principals and that's been part of this work and leading our buildings to where they've never been before. We do have 2 items on Spotlight on Success for tonight. I'll do number 2 first. We recognize Upchurch Elementary, the artwork that's in the foyer there at the board. And then let me ask Ms. Tanya Calder if she'll come. We're going to recognize and present MTSS awards and banners.
Thank you, Dr. Williamson, and good evening, board members, colleagues, and guests. We are celebrating this evening the hard work of all of our schools with the MTSS implementation for the 2019-2020 school year. And I am just so excited, and I want to say especially thank you, Dr. Williamson, for just supporting this vision that we've had with MTSS, and that it is important work, and we appreciate that. And just thank you for believing in me and entrusting me with this. And so I pray for you all the time, and I know you will do great things in Robeson County. So one of the things that I just want to let the board know is how did we come to this evening? So they are going to be Spotlight on Success with a green ribbon banner to celebrate their MTSS implementation framework in each of their schools. So just want to give you some key points on what that means. So over the past year, they basically used a 41-question rubric that is an evaluation tool from NCDPI to evaluate their processes and systems in their building for the multi-tier systems that support. We must have an active administration supporting the implementation of MTSS, establish school implementation team that meets regularly. School implementation teams and school staff receive PD and coaching in regards to the critical elements of MTSS. They complete an MTSS belief survey and FAM evaluation, and all of our schools have met the green ribbon standards. They provide documentation, data, and all supporting pieces of evidence in C-STAR, which means total school improvement. They submitted a ICE instructional framework for clearly defined core supports for attendance, academics, and behavior. And they also, this past summer, because of the pandemic and our remote learning, they created remote learning matrices and continue to implement PBIS structures. So we are very, very proud of them. And I also want to just say thank you to Leslie Lowry, who is our MTSS facilitator. I could not do this work without her. And thank you also, Dr. Ray, for your support as well. So at this time, we're going to call our individual schools so they can receive their banner as well as their certificate. So we can have Don D. Steve, please. Ms. Titus is accepted on behalf of Don D. Steve. And that's a tongue twister. Congratulations.
Good job.
Next, we have East Hope Middle School. We have the entire admin.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Next, we have Hawkeye Elementary. We have Hayden Simon, the principal, coming to accept. Thank you. Next, we have Hope County High School, and Dr. Baldwin is here to accept for the Hope High. He's a very busy person, so I thank you for being here. We have Mr. Reniger coming on behalf of the principal of McLaughlin Elementary.
Joe, make sure they put it on. Like that.
Next, we have Rockfish Hope. And Mr. O'Connor, Sean O'Connor, the principal, is here to accept it. And with Ms. Atkinson, I'm sorry. So the whole admin team is here.
Yeah.
Certificate.
Oh. Getting more.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job.
Next, we have Sandy Grove Elementary. Oh. And we have Ms. Foley and Ms. Shaw, the admin team coming to accept this.
Yeah. Good job.
Next, we have Sandy Grove Middle. We have Dr. Joyner coming to accept. You're welcome.
Good job.
Next, we have Sandhook Early College. And Ms. Baker is coming on behalf of Sandhook Early College to accept the award.
Good job.
Next, we have Skurlock Elementary. Dr. Williams is here to accept the award of the school. Next, we have J.W. Turlington. Mr. Joel Turlington, principal, is here to accept the award.
Anybody want them smaller?
Good job.
Next, we have Upchurch Elementary. Connie Patterson and Ms. Harris are coming to accept on their behalf.
Good job.
Next, we have West Hook Elementary. Ms. Hannah Ryan is here to accept the award. Ms. Kearns is also accepting one.
Good job.
Next, we have West Hook Middle. We have Gerald Puckett receiving this honor for West Hook.
Good job.
Once again, just want to say thank you to all the admin team at the schools for continuing this work, especially during the coronavirus. We know that all the hard work and dedication that you put forth. And so just thank you for continuing this implementation. Thank you, Dr. Williamson.
Thank you. Madam Chairman and members, that concludes our spotlight on success for tonight.
Thank you. Next, we have the consent agenda. Can I get an approval?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the consent agenda, items 1 and 2.
Second. It has been moved and second. Are there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Consent agenda has been approved. Next, we have administration information items. I yield to Dr. Williamson.
Great. Thank you, Madam Chairman and members. We have several items on the administration for tonight. I don't know if we should do this first one because we got a commissioner.
I know.
He's
staying here too, right?
You want me to leave,
As you are aware, we did have broadband that we could not use. We sold that. And so we want to share with you tonight that we did receive that, that about 1.1 million. And so we have finance officers, one of the chambers, you come to share how we use that money.
Good evening. From the sale of the broadband, we got $1,195,920. It was deposited in our checking account on Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
We're dancing in the house. So the way we are gonna allocate those funds, we guaranteed that we're going to increase fund balance back to $1 million. So we're saying that to increase the fund balance to 1 million, we need to reserve $529,094, and that'll get us to the 1 million in fund balance. The consultant that helped us sell the broadband, we haven't received our invoice yet, but our approximate estimate for the invoice is $85,000. Second, we're going to pay off our playground equipment that we financed. We have approximately $125,000 on that. And if you remember last year, we financed 2 trucks for maintenance, or actually 3 trucks for maintenance and a van. So we're going to pay off those for $53,293 and $40,093.64. A few years back, we financed the John Deere tractor for maintenance, and there's a balance of about $16,000 on it. We're going to pay that off. The modular unit for the barbering school, we financed that a few years back, so we're going to pay off our balance on that, which is $8,549.11. The band equipment that we had financed, we have a balance of about $67,362.15. That's also one of the items we're going to pay off. Forklift for maintenance, we have a balance of about $3,135.70. We're going to pay that off. Then at the Spanco, we're adding a digital room, and we're going to do the floor in there, which will cost approximately $19,206.07. We bought a commodity truck for AV, and we've already paid for it, so we're just going to put that money back in our balance, which was about $90,000. Our new superintendent will get a car, and we budgeted about $23,000 for that. Child nutrition needs a vehicle, so we budgeted $23,000 for it. And then technology, they need vans to get around in the district instead of having to use their personal vehicles. So we're looking at 3 vans for technology for about $78,000. Then finally, the Hope High Athletics Department, since they're not having any games and have to help support them, we're going to give them about $35,000. So this is how we're going to utilize the 1.1 million that we received. Yes, ma'am.
So with the floor and Spanco, and we're sort of renting that space, right?
We're leasing it for 20 years.
Yeah, we have a 10-year lease that automatically rolls over.
For another 10 years.
Okay. All right, well then I don't have a question at all.
Yes, ma'am.
The car that Dr. Williamson has now, would that be a trade-in on any of the?
What we were looking at was surplusing it and selling it to him at the book value.
Okay. Good idea.
Oh, what's the book value?
It was
If the new chair
$4,500.
wasn't here, we'd probably decide to give it to him.
I'm sorry, say what now?
If the new chair of the commissioners wasn't here, we'd probably decide to give it to him.
Yeah. We probably just sell it to him for $1. Okay.
Any other questions?
So, does the new superintendent, do they pick out their own car or do we?
Actually, Mr. Creechin, at the bus garage, he normally can get us a good deal with, Baker.
Okay.
So I called him and asked him to search for me a car, like an Impala. And, he found one, and I talked with, Chairman, Ms. Pickett, and, I told her what kind he had found.
Okay.
She called the new superintendent and her approval, and then she called me back and told me to proceed. So we're in the process of getting it. It's a 2020 white Impala.
White?
White.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Any other questions?
I think it's a wise use of the money that you've gotten in. You've certainly used it wisely. That's what we do in Hope County anyway, and the money we get, we certainly use it wisely. It's not We
Put some money back in the
not
fund
waste.
balance.
That's,
Yeah, put money
that's
back.
gonna do that, so the county commissioners can see that, we're not wasting it, it went to something good.
But you know, when we come to ask for money, we'll still ask for them to increase our PPO.
Absolutely. Because we need it.
I understand.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And let's not forget our capital need, and let's not forget the School of Engineering, Mr. Chairman.
That's right.
School of Engineering.
Yes, very important.
Item number B, second semester survey results. It is our intent, because the board did approve for elementary students to come back on Plan A. They would be full-time, face-to-face, 4 days a week. So let me ask Dr. Dallas, Dr. Register, if you'll come and share our survey numbers and what we're predicting regarding going into second semester, please.
They can just put
Good evening, Madam Chair and board members. We are going to just start off by giving you a little bit of an overview of Plan C. So as everyone is aware, tomorrow we are transitioning to a temporary Plan C, which is 100% remote learning. And we wanted to just kind of make sure everybody knew what some of those logistical components were. So we will be 100% remote learning at least until Friday, January 8th. That would bring us back possibly face-to-face, January 11th. That is our goal. Our support staff and teachers will continue making sure that all of our services are provided to any special population. So we will do all virtual services for EL, our EC students, our AIG students, to make sure that we are addressing all of those needs. We've been in Plan C before, so this is not a new territory for us, but it's really about what we've learned and making sure that we are refining everything. Our teachers will be working remotely this time. They will be working from home. Our principals will be on site, so schools will be open. Our classified staff who are our PCAs, our TAs, our tutors, if they are not driving buses for testing, they will be supporting instruction remotely, and they will be doing any other remote duties assigned by their principal. Our custodians will be in the buildings daily. This is a great opportunity for them to continue our daily cleaning and disinfecting. Some of the work that we usually do over Christmas break, they'll be able to get done now, such as working on our floors. Mr. Edwards was very adamant though, is we're not going to strip the floors so that there's all the signage that was put on the floors stay intact, but we will make sure that all of our floors are clean. Today, Dr. Ramstor and her team had scheduled a device and hotspot pickup for any teachers or classified staff who needed a device so that they could work remotely from home. Our current high school athletic practices and contests at this time are scheduled to stay as is. We will continue with those. Sandhope Early College High School and Hope County High School, the testing plan will stay intact. We will continue with our testing that's scheduled. Dr. Register will share more details about our testing. And lastly, our maintenance department, they will continue working to clear all of our work orders to make sure that everything is addressed. They will also work on disinfection, spraying buildings, and making sure that any maintenance concerns are taken care of. So it's about 12 days is what we're looking at for remote learning. I think this transition went faster, better, because we've done it before. So we are ready to start that tomorrow morning.
And then, thank you. And then if you transition to the next handout. And then I'll not say good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. With the next handout, it first gives you an overview in terms of our schedule for our students, our AB schedule, which is the face-to-face component, as well as our online students, those HOL students. So we wanted to give you an idea of how many students come in the building on, how many students come in the building face-to-face versus how many are online. This data is correct up until December the 2nd. So it's constantly changing. What is happening, of course, throughout the semester, when principals see that students need more support, they will contact parents and say, tell the parents they would like for those students to come in face-to-face because they're not able to continue online. So these numbers will fluctuate. So right now, you can see our overall percentage as of December the 2nd was at about 54%. And then online is about at 46%. And that's overall for the district. Are there any questions about this first table? Okay, so that's our current projection.
So once in elementary, we were given the green light to proceed with Plan A. We started with a survey to parents to start asking them who wanted to come back into the building. So we had students who were on HCS online, and we wanted to make sure they had the opportunity to come back into the building under Plan A. But at the same time, we wanted to make sure that parents still had choices. And if anybody was on Plan B, and if they did not want to go to Plan A, we were making the HCS online available to them. So we surveyed our parents to ask them, what would be your plan, what is your intent when we go to Plan A? So as you can see, we had a very high turnout with parents wanting to come back to Plan A. So the bottom row there, you can see, for example, with Don Steve, she had 45 students who wanted to come back into the building under Plan A, moving from HCS online. So for elementary, we had a very high response rate. We had over 700 parents who did respond to our survey. Principals reached out to those parents, made sure that they understood what Plan A was. So we are all scheduled and ready. Our classes are set up for when we do go to Plan A. We have desk shields in place. Rosters are being done in Power School so that when we are ready to go there, we are super ready.
Dr. Dallas, can you speak to probably some of the reasons, or at least one of the reasons, why elementary want to go to Plan A?
Well, right now, that's really the only grade span that the governor is allowing at this time. When he came out, I believe it was October 5th, that the elementary grade span was the only grade span that was given permission to move to Plan A. So we're waiting for him to allow middle school and high school to do the same.
Well, the elementary school students aren't doing well anyway at home, basically, is what I wanted you to.
It's a little bit harder developmentally, especially for our K-2 students. I have to say they have persevered, and they probably know more about technology now than a lot of adults do. But yes, it's been a learning curve for our younger students.
Well, I can tell you this, I think my daughter had to get on Zoom because they went all on, and my granddaughter had to show her how to, so technology-wise, but I don't know about the other stuff, so, yeah.
But hopefully the governor will do that when he feels the metrics can support that.
Yeah, thank you.
And then if you flip to the third table that's in that document, this is a projection based off of the numbers that Dr. Dallas had just mentioned. So once the parents have completed the survey for elementary as well as for secondary, you can see our overall percentage of increase was face-to-face. That increase was a 6% increase. So we're at about 59%. And then also you can see where the number of kids that will be online, and I'm saying overall as a district, we're looking at to be about 41%, and that was a decrease there. Are there any questions with these projections? And I do want to say these numbers are evolving continuously, where parents will call, and then of course principals will make that adjustment.
Questions?
Yeah, how many times can a parent call? And I mean,
we're not going back and forth?
No.
Okay.
So what we had established for first semester is that we would have one date where they could make a switch, because it was all new for everyone.
Right.
And so once that date passed, that was it.
Okay.
But then there were case by case basis where
Yeah.
principals would try to work with
Okay.
parents, yes.
Thank
Thank you. Good job. Good job.
Register, not testing booths, and
And the next topic was the fall, testing. And you can see our overall testing plan for the high school in your handout. It's split up where the first table refers to Hope County High School, and then the second table is San Hope Early College High School. In the first table, we are currently taking our teacher-made exams here at the high school for this week. And of course, that has been virtual. And that's for the high school. And then for CTE, we will start those state CTE courses, and that will be scheduled for Monday and Tuesday. We are going to provide transportation for next week because those are state exams which require students to be face-to-face. So that's a key piece there. And so you can see how we're going to kind of separate that for the 14th and 15th for CTE. Our math exams, math 1 and math 3, that will be on Wednesday. And then biology Thursday and English 2 is the 18th. We did have makeups for the 21st and the 22nd. We had changed that to have our makeups gonna be after Christmas. So we're gonna end it on the 18th, and then makeups will be after Christmas. And we extended that to February the 19th. And that's the high school. Can you kind of show? Are there any questions about the high school? And I do want to say San Hope Early College mirror the same schedule. The only difference is of course, they do not have CTE courses. So they're taking their teacher-made exams on that Monday and Tuesday. And then they follow the same schedule with the math, biology, and English 2 as the high school. We will provide transportation for our students, as well as breakfast and lunch. So we're excited about that. You had a question, Ms. Bowie?
Yes, ma'am. Is there any concern about the face-to-face from the governor or even at the local level?
At this time, of course, you know, the state in terms of cases are increasing, but what we're doing, we're ensuring that we practice social distancing. When it comes to transportation, what we have found, especially with high school, most of our students, they're gonna drive, or parents are gonna drop them off. So, and I say that because they just had the pre-ACT, and I'm sorry, the work keys, I apologize, the work keys for our concentrators and then some of our seniors. A lot of those students drove, even though we provided transportation for those students. Also, our shields have come in this week, the desk shields. I have stressed to the principals, if you see or you could foresee that you will not be able to social distance, make sure you have the shields up. So we're taking every precaution to ensure that we still are gonna social distance. Yes.
Why, well, you don't know why, but I'm wondering why we still are trying to do the EOCs in this, in what we're living in now, you know, because students mentally, they're not grasping even what we're going through. Then they have to, curricular piece is another piece. I'm wondering if we could, not necessarily do a study, but compare and contrast from last year to this year, because I don't know if those scores are gonna be,
and that's a good point you made. We just received an email from Mark Johnson, the state superintendent of North Carolina. And in his email, he wanted school districts to give comments in terms of just feedback that we really don't want those exams to count. And just to voice what we feel right. So they're in the process of all of that. Do you want to add, Dr. Williamson?
And again, the state did request a waiver, testing waiver
Okay.
that we did receive in the spring. The response was no, that you have to test. So one is federal mandate, the 95% testing rule is a federal mandate. And then it's state policy that all EOC tests must be given on site and not online. So we're bound by federal and state law. Dr. Baldwin, we're gonna follow all the same protocols, so the temperature checks and all that. And your average testing classroom will have what, 10 students in it? 12 students in it, so we can maintain.
Yeah. Spread them out.
Yeah, but we're bound by federal and state law that we have to administer those tests.
Yeah, I know if we minister, them, they have to be face to face. My issue is why are we even administering?
Well,
you know?
Right. Well, the truth is that we need that data. We need to begin to identify the gaps and where those gaps are. The problem is though, is testing and accountability. And so those test scores will count for or against teachers. And so that's a concern.
That's a concern.
For everyone, but still we're bound.
I can understand the gaps,
Right.
you know, and if that's what we were doing it for, but then we're gonna get punished for it if what teachers are, if they're not.
We'll become part of that
Punishment.
process with PBOS, and that's a concern. Right, Shannon? Yes, sir.
And then I do want to add that your second handout, it talked about the health safety requirements and then the local information and then just state information in terms of those requirements. Are there any other questions? Did you want to add anything, Dr. Hunt?
I don't think that we pretty much covered everything about the policies and why we are testing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just do want to remind the board, we shared with you last month that our intent is for students who do not show up in tests or they're missing some classwork or something, that we're gonna give them an incomplete. And that incomplete will carry over until February the 19th. That is the cutoff date, that if the work is not completed or students have not taken the EOC at that point, then we'll give the grade for whatever that grade is. And move on, because we do have to close out and post those grades to do that. So we are going beyond the norm to try to help kids not to be punished because of the environment of that. So they have, and help me to remember, February the 19th is our cutoff date.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
And they will receive an incomplete at that point. Anything else on testing? Okay. And then item number D is the monthly financial report. If you have any questions, if you direct them to our finance officer, Ms. Chavis, she'd be more than happy to answer those questions for you. Madam Chairman and members, that completes administration information items for tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Vanson. Next on our agenda is closed session. Making a motion?
Madam Chair, I move that we go into closed session per general statutes for the state of North Carolina and Hope County.
It's been moved and second to go into closed session for all of things that Bella stated. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?